I'm live here from Cairo. I just arrived back from Cairo, from South Sinai, and I'm at the Manor House. It's a Marriott, and it's right by the pyramids. It's usually where I start my pilgrimages and end it. It's part of SOAR Journeys, soarwithdrkathia.com. And first off, thank you all for joining. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I feel very blessed for all the beautiful birthday messages, solar return, Earth Day messages I got. I kind of had like a 3-day birthday here in Egypt, from Luxor to Cairo to Dahab in South Sinai. And time I took for myself, because this past year has been intense, an intense integration, as I know for so many of you. And yeah, I've been detaching and dismantling and from a 22-year relationship, marriage, and really birthing my power. This past pilgrimage that I was just leading was called Birth Your Power, and really stepping in your truth and birthing your power, because I just for a long time didn't have the courage to really fully live in my power and birth that. And Egypt, every time I come back from Egypt after leading a pilgrimage or going on my own pilgrimage, I am embodying more of my power, more of my truth. I'm able to stand at it and say it. And yes, it's like people are not used to that, because I'm a people pleaser, or shall I say used to be. I'm changing that narrative. I'm rewiring that. And really looking into where the energy flows and what's aligned with me, what is now an energetic match for me. That's where I'm at. And it's amazing. Every time I do a pilgrimage, there's a theme to it. And that theme is what I'm going through, or what I'm embodying, or what I'm being initiated in. And the pilgrims that came on this pilgrimage, they were truly embodying and birthing their power and owning their sacred purpose, stepping into that, and stepping out of the limiting beliefs around that, around what society is telling them. At this phase of their life, they need to be doing X, Y, Z, just knowing in their truth they need to be doing something different. So yeah, I'm excited. And I also want to share just pilgrimage medicine, the sacrifices that comes with it. Like my previous pilgrims said, when people ask them, how was your vacation? They're like, this is no vacation. This wasn't a vacation. And granted, we have a beautiful, epic, joyous, fun time, but we go deep. We go deep, a lot surface. We move through a lot. We hold each other in a sacred container, sacred space. We access all these energetic portals. We're able to getting downloads and clarity. I've received so much clarity this year, and I'm really ready to soar. My business name is SOAR. And I'm truly stepping into that soaring this year. And it took a lot of sacrifice even to come here. I can remember my first pilgrimage to Egypt. I was sharing with my pilgrims, because they were crying in relief when they came here, because they were like, you know what? All my family was against me coming. They were warning me. They were like saying to me, how can you be so crazy to go on a tour now, a vacation, to this area that's so close to all this conflict? How can you do that? Are you not holding that in compassion? Are you just self-centered? It's unsafe. We're worried about you. Please don't do that. It's irresponsible. So I'm from South Africa, and Egypt has always felt very safe to me, and it still is. We had a beautiful, beautiful time There has been no disruptions, not any alarms, not anything that made us feel unsafe. So I just want to presence that, because if you have a soul calling that's telling you to be somewhere, there is things going to come up to the surface, fear, resistance, regardless of what that is, whether it is a virus or whether it is whatever that is, right? A family emergency, whatever that is. The resistance and the fear is always going to be present. It's always going to come up. I remember the first time I came. I had no money. I had, I had an infant boy. I just had so much things, resistance. And if I allowed myself to stay in the fear, I never would have come and came on this path. Because that first time I came, set me on the path for truly being aligned with my truth and my purpose, my sacred purpose. I switched from clinical medicine, practicing as an integrative medicine practitioner, holistic doctor, naturopathic physician, to what I call pilgrimage medicine, because it's going deep. My teacher, Jane Bell, used to say, that's done pilgrimages for 30 years, it's like 20 years of therapy in 2 weeks. And it is that. You go that deep, right? And then the biggest part is the integration afterwards. And this is what I support my people with, pilgrims with, and for myself. Because I need to come in between each pilgrimage. I need to come for myself so I can go deeper and sit with it, sit with the teaching, sit with the, receive more clarity, receive more downloads, whatever that is, and embody that. So yeah, I just want to say to you, if you have that inner calling, and if you have that nudge, whatever that is, to go anywhere, and it tells you you need to go now, there's medicine in that for you. It's going to help not only you, but your community. You're going to be, you're serving your community. You are going out. It's like the shamans. When I sat with the shamans in South Africa, we call them sangomas, in the Maloti Mountains. I came to them, I said to them, I want to learn from you. They're like, no, Kathia, you don't learn from us. You learn from the mountain. You learn from the spring. You learn from the sky. You learn from this cave. But you need to be here for the divination. You need to sit in this frequency, in this space. For however long you're being told to sit there. This is what pilgrims do. Some of them is there for 2 months. Others are there for 2 years to receive what they need before they go back to their village, their community, to serve them and to help them and to heal them. So this is what you need to follow and really listen to that inner calling, inner voice, that inner discernment, that inner knowing. Through my shamanic practices and initiations, I've learned to trust this more and more. And, I think I've become of age where I'm just trusting it more. And when I don't trust, the universe is showing me, even with voice, right? I channel sound. I channel through my voice. And sometimes I get in my head and I'm like, oh no, that's going to sound off. That's going to sound too intense. That's going to freak somebody else out. We had this whole thing on the pilgrimage now. We were like, we're getting weird, We had this one guy, Eric, on there, and he was like, oh, bring on the weirdness, Kathia. So we made a joke of it, but, because I can get in my head and I'm like, oh, that sounds weird. People are going to get freaked out about that. But that's the frequency that's being called. That's the medicine being called. And we are just conduits, right? If we truly ground it and align, this is what we're serving. We are conduits for spirit, for the divine. And you know what was so beautiful? We were here and our prayers, we were just in the sacred lands. And it was rippling out. And we were able to hold prayers and just hold this frequencies of unification, of Ubuntu, which is I am because we are, which is a spiritual, African spirituality concept. It's something we use a lot in South Africa. And, we went to old Cairo with my pilgrims, and we were like visiting the mosque, the synagogue, and the church, the Coptic church, all together. And it was just beautiful to see this unison, to to see like this is really the type of alchemy and frequency we need to create, is that of unity and unison and synchronicity and beauty and love and acceptance. And really stop anytime we want to get into the mindset of divide, any kind of divide. You know, I'm from South Africa. There's a lot of divide there, racial divide, all that, right? So we just want to sit with, how can we bring it all together? How can we bring it all together and everyone together and just share our love, you know, all that compassion in our hearts. And it's a frequency that we tap into. That's why I love and I always bring this bowl. This is my rose quartz bowl. And it's F sharp, it's the high heart. So yeah, just listen to that. You know, and I'm talking about sacrifice. I have my singing pyramid here too, which helps to activate the crown chakras. But it seems like every time I'm here, I'm like leaving something behind because it wants to be offered back. So yeah, but just join into this frequency. It's very much the Philae frequency of Isis's temple. Just feel into that. Feel into that you are loved, you are held, you are supported. Fear is just an illusion. I mean, I know that's hard to say. There's so much suffering going on in the world. We're holding love and compassion for that. But just to keep spreading the love and the joy and the abundance of all that is, and the beauty of the divine that's all around us. Thank you for being here today, and I'm sending you lots of love and blessings from Kemet, Egypt, and I'll see you soon. I'll be sharing a lot of these last experiences. Take care. Bye-bye. Masana.